Your Amarillo Sod Poodles are Texas League South Division first half champions. There is going to be postseason baseball in Amarillo, Texas, and I, for one, could not be more excited.
From the SodPod.com studios, telling stories from around our little piece of Texas.
Ooh, baby.
This is the Doghouse Podcast with Michael, Chase, and Seth.
Hello.
Talking all things baseball in the Yellow City.
And welcome to this update of the Doghouse Sports Talk Podcast on the SodPod.com. We're between recording sessions as June has gotten away from the guys, and travel and responsibilities have made it hard to get everybody together. But Michael has a few updates as we see a break for the All-Star game being played in Tulsa.
7 All-Stars for your Amarillo Sod Poodles is a huge deal, not only for the city of Amarillo, but for the Padres organization to see these touted prospects competing in an All-Star game. And again, first half champs, 7 All-Stars. This is the Sod Poodles' inaugural season, and it is fantastic seeing them do great things. They've got a passion for baseball, and you can tell in the way that they play. You can tell that their heart's in it. You can tell that they've been working hard. Their mind's in the right spot. These gentlemen are humble. They are playing baseball at the highest level, and it's just great watching these guys catch fire. Maybe if we had a rough start in the beginning, so what? We're first half champs. Let the haters hate, the naysayers nay. We're setting attendance records. We've got full houses in Hodgetown constantly. I have not seen a game that was just dead. Even these games that have there's been several that have been delayed an hour to 2 hours due to rain. That stadium's still packed. They're doing the pregame show underneath the concourse. You've got people there. They're playing games. They've got music going. People are dancing. The vibe of the ballpark is there, and it's real. The team is there, and they're contending. We're having postseason baseball, for crying out loud, in Amarillo. Guys, this is the real deal. If you haven't been, go.
Tulsa hosts the All-Star Game this evening, Tuesday, June 25th. Follow us on social media for up-to-date commentary on the game. And the Saudis return to Hodgetown on Thursday the 27th for a 4-game homestand against the Hooks. Then a brief away series in Midland and back home for the 4th of July in a 4-date homestand against Frisco. Here's Michael with more.
If you're not following us on Twitter, you're really missing out. Find us on Twitter at @TheSodPod. Check us out on thesodpod.com. It's got a link to our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We are constantly on Twitter interacting with fans, sharing Sod Poodle news and stories. We release our interviews, our podcasts through Twitter. It takes you all to our website, thesodpod.com. Follow us on Twitter. We've got Edward Olivares putting Amarillo, Texas on the map, baby, on Sports Center Top 10 Plays. Edward Olivares made an amazing diving, sliding catch in Tulsa, and that made the ESPN Sports Center Top 10 Plays. And let's be real, that stuff is stuff that Edward Olivares is producing pretty consistently. That game, he also robbed a homer. Someone thought they had already jacked it out of the park. Edward Olivares said, "Not tonight." Pulled that bad boy back in. So he not only put us on the Sports Center Top 10, robbed the home run, but Edward Olivares is also an all-star. So he was selected to the All-Star game, and he is out there making all-star plays.
And of course, as you know, the Sod Poodles ended up first half champs in the Texas League. Michael explains how and runs down our All-Stars.
Your Amarillo Sod Poodles are first half champs, baby. Your Amarillo Sod Poodles were in last place, but they were only 1 game out of first. That's right, last place, but only 1 game out of first place. So that's a testament to show how tough the Texas League South Division really is. To be in last place and 1 game out of first is a fantastic place to be in. Let's fast forward to the last day of the first half. The baseball gods lined everything up perfect for your Amarillo Sod Poodles. That last day consisted of 2 games being played that were very important to the Sod Poodles. The first being the Midland Rockhound game, and the second being your own Amarillo Sod Poodles game. So the Sod Poodles needed a win, but prior to them winning, they needed a Midland Rockhound loss. Like I said, the baseball gods got everything aligned for your Amarillo Sod Poodles. After that Midland loss, your Amarillo Sod Poodles knew that the ball was in their court. I guess I shouldn't give a basketball reference on a baseball podcast, but for lack of a better term, the ball was in their court and they needed a win, and your Amarillo Sod Poodles got that win and clinched that playoff spot.
And to close out this update, Michael has the stats from an incredible 4-game series between the Padres and Denver, where a record-breaking 92 runs were scored in a 4-game series.
So the San Diego Padres took on the Colorado Rockies in a 4-game series. There was 92 total runs scored. 92 total runs in a 4-game series. It was the most ever in a 4-game series since 1900. There was 131 total hits. The most ever in a 4-game series since 1922. It's almost 100 years. 131 total hits. 44 Padres runs scored. A franchise record for a 4-game series. Ready for this last stat line, ladies and gentlemen? The San Diego Padres won their first game in franchise history when trailing by 6 or more runs in the 9th. Their record was 0-766. So, for you mathematicians out there, they are now 1-766 when trailing by 6 or more runs in the 9th. So they've got a lot of catching up to do if they want to hit 500 on that stat. But with that being said, that series was brutal. That series, and I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't watch the games. I did keep up with the games, and I did see the highlights and look at the stats. But my opinion is that wore out some pitchers' arms. Giving up that many runs, you've got pitching changes coming in and out. You've got pitchers that need rest. You have pitchers that maybe you were wanting to save a couple days and use in the next series. So that caused the ruckus in the Padres organization. That's when, right after that series, is when Travis Radke got called up from your Sod Poodles up to AAA El Paso, and Makita got called up to the Padres organization. He did not make a start, but I do think the Padres may have been coming in and cushioning that pitching staff and getting people in place because there was movement in those areas. Because that's something in baseball that we don't see a lot. Those kind of runs, I say see a lot. I mean, you might have saw it if you're around in 1900 or 1922. Other than that, you don't see it at all. So that's a testament, to what Sam Levitt said at our time at Sharkies. These players, they're watching what's going on in San Diego, because when things happen in San Diego, again, it causes that ripple effect, or that ruckus effect, if you will.
And there you have this update between recording sessions. Thank you for listening to the Doghouse Sports Talk Podcast. The guys are recording again soon, and there will be even more to talk about, from highlights from tonight's All-Star game and players who've made the show from right here in Amarillo. SodPod.com Studios, telling stories from around our little piece of Texas.